This is a 2020 Subaru Crosstrek, but not just any Crosstrek. It tends to happen when I review cars. It's just the way it is. What can I tell you? All right, so the numbers. Base price for a 2020 Crosstrek Convenience is $23,795. You get the 152 horsepower Boxer 4, 6-speed manual transmission, and everything else that makes the Crosstrek so special, so cool, so unique, including the rugged looks and all of the above. Now, at the other end of the spectrum, there's the Limited with Eyesight, and it retails for $33,895. Now, it includes the CVT, leather seats, all kinds of other stuff. Now, the Limited with Eyesight is the top trim model everywhere in Canada, except for Quebec. That's right. We get the Limited plug-in hybrid. Yes, this is the new plug-in hybrid 2020 Crosstrek. And it retails for, hang on, $42,495. Visually, the dead giveaways are, well, these are unique 18-inch wheels for this vehicle. You get this little door kind of thing. Yeah, it kind of gives it away too. Various badges. And one funny thing too, the roof rack is the slimlined one, if you will. The regular roof rack on the Crosstrek has bigger gaps. It's a lot taller and, in my opinion, cooler. And there are only 3 available colors. This is magnetite gray, there's lagoon blue, and crystal white. $42,495. Now let's do the usual tour because some of the stuff you'll see might be a little bit shocking. All right, so when you open the trunk, the real price, or one of the prices, of the Crosstrek is revealed. Your trunk goes from just shy of 600 liters to about 450 liters of usable space. That is a big no-no for a family guy like me that tends to go to Club Price, wow, Costco on a regular. Yeah, this is going well. Okay, yeah, there's storage for the cable, kind of, and there's, storage for the cable too. But yeah, you have to take a very good look at that because it's 150 liters lost volume-wise, but useful volume. It's a lot more than just that. Anyhow, this doesn't happen. This doesn't work in 2020 anymore. Everything else though does. This is the only interior combination you can get. They call it navy blue leather, but it's like a two-tone with contrast stitching. I mean, getting in and out of this car is great because it's so tall. There's still loads of room. With my driving position, there's the front end. And this is nothing new. This is your typical latest generation Crosstrek that was introduced a couple of years ago. It is a Limited, so power seats, power everything. Power all kinds of things. Except, oh, well, it did run. Oh, I didn't close the trunk properly. Oh, well. The engine is actually running because I'm running low on range. I'll tell you a bit more about that in a few moments, but the gauges are lovely, very easy to read. This is your 8.8-inch screen, which has all of Subaru's connectivity, including Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius satellite radio. It's all there. This is a very useful screen. The layout is typically Subaru and very nice, ergonomically set up. Good to work. The differences, the real differences, are your shifter right here. This is your CVT. So B is for your maximum regen mode. So it doesn't actually have, there's drive for more coasting, B for more braking. The other button, and this is the one that actually saves the car as far as I'm concerned, is this save, hold, charge button. Essentially, that allows you to lock out whatever range you have left, depend on a petrol engine, and then return to your battery power. This is, after all, a Crosstrek, so yes, you do get X mode as well. Heated seats, heated steering wheel, because it does have eyesight, so it has intelligent cruise, lane avoidance, all kinds of fun stuff like that. Yeah. $42,495. Yes, in Quebec there are incentives. But is it worth the money? Is it worth paying more to get this? What's the reality? The real way to find out if you're okay with the trunk is by taking it for a spin. So let's do that now. I'm gonna go close the trunk, but we're about to take off. So the first thing that I want to say about driving the Crosstrek is that I was expecting it to handle very much different from the regular Crosstrek. The main reason being, well, two main reasons. The first, I showed you the trunk. That battery, 8.8 kilowatt hour unit, adds, along with the electric motor front, 450 pounds to the weight of the Crosstrek. That is a lot of pounds. It does affect handling slightly, but Subaru's global platform, a little bit of a slip up there, is excellent and manages all that very, very well. The other thing is, with the electric motor and all that juice, I was expecting more pickup upon liftoff from a dead stop, which it does have, but it's not that much more compared to the regular Crosstrek with the CVT. The way the CVT is geared, it actually feels like you're like launching off a dead stop. This feels a little bit more punchy. Now, 2-liter engine, still there, flat 4-boxer. Total system output with the electric motor, the petrol engine, you're looking at 148 horsepower, which is 4 less than the regular car. But performance-wise, there's very little difference. This one feels this much peppier, if that. If I get back to the battery, 8.8 kilowatt hours, as I mentioned, according to Natural Resources Canada and Subaru, it will give you up to 27 kilometers of full electric range. When I left the house a little while ago, I was at 100% charge, and I was monitoring the distance that I was traveling, and I figured that on full electric mode, without the assistance of the petrol engine, I did manage just shy of 30 kilometers. It is a beautiful day, there's no snow. I did go in a little bit of a muddy area, but nothing to actually severely affect the 100% electric range. That range, I showed you the button there, the save charge button. What that enables you to do is, if you leave the house and you live, say, 2 kilometers away from the on-ramp onto the highway, you can, as soon as you merge onto the highway, lock out your range. Because on the highway, no matter what, whatever little battery power there is left, it will get sucked out so fast, and it will render this car, its advantages, its plug-in hybrid advantage, it will render it completely useless. In fact, it will make it a burden. I'm really, really trying hard to not be so hard on plug-in hybrids, but unfortunately the setup in this car is it's set up the exact way that makes these, I'm trying to be nice, I'm looking for the right words. This is not a good plug-in hybrid unless you drive no more than 25 kilometers one way and you're easy on the throttle the whole time. The reason is, right, the weight. If you take a regular Crosstrek, which is even the limited CVT is like $9,000 less than this car, will return on average about 7.5 liters per 100 kilometers. This thing, 6.7. These are numbers that are given with the car. Unfortunately, because of this crazy COVID-19 situation, I've not been able to drive it anywhere near as much as I normally would, but I'm taking the factory numbers, and even with the rebates, even if it's a $5,000 difference between the limited eyesight and the limited eyesight plug-in hybrid after the incentives, you are going to have to drive an incredible amount of distance, kilometers, in order to make up for that money. This is exactly what I was wrong with the Outlander plug-in hybrid, all of that. And the Outlander plug-in hybrid also has this battery save mode, which is very helpful. But you have to be mindful of the vehicle's limitations. This is exactly what the problem with this vehicle is. Oh. Besides that, the Crosstrek still is a fantastic faux crossover, well, real crossover, faux SUV that is great to drive. Typically very capable and useful. It still has, right, 220 millimeters of ground clearance, which is about 8 inches, if my math isn't too far off. It still has X mode, so if you're really in trouble, you slap on that button and it'll work its magic and lock the wheels, unlock the wheels, and get you going when the going gets slippery. But that whole time as you're dragging 450 pounds of extra stuff with you. Oh yeah, about to drive. The global platform from Subaru with the typical Subaru generous damping and great wheel travel. This thing still is phenomenal to drive in the city. And if you do drive in the city, I'm rambling a little bit, I'm sorry, and you can keep, throttle inputs reasonable and remember to lock this, it might be worth it. But I'd rather get a regular Crosstrek, limited with eyesight if you need all that, drive assistance features. Anyway, as far as plug-in hybrids go, this is the exact example of what's wrong with the technology, because it is so absolutely limited and ridiculously expensive. But the Crosstrek itself, I still love it.